Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Now, it is that time again that we're going to start making the Maker Central 2025 Charity Build weapons. Now this year, again, I'm going to be making two weapons, two swords this year compared to a sword and an axe that I did last year. Now, I recently came across this lovely book by Ewart Oakeshott. Now, this is the Records of Medieval Swords, and it is full to brim of lots and lots of references for me to make some beautiful swords on. So, this time, I'm going to go historical with the two weapons. Now, the first weapon we're going to be making is from the last few years of the 13th century. It is a beast of a weapon. It's going to be roughly 83 centimetres long, so about 33 inches, and it's going to be a wide blade. It's going to have two fullers on each side, and it should look amazing. I've got some beautiful wood to make this with. I've got Duke for the core. I'm going to do a Wenge strip down the middle. I've got some ash for the outside, and then I can't decide between a yew or a oak handle to go with the Wenge guard and pommel. I purchased all of these from Surrey Timbers, so thank you very much for the quick delivery, and I cannot wait to get this started. So without any further ado, let's crack on and start milling this up. Okay, so you can see roughly how big this is going to be now. I need to mill all of the wood down for this to be, I don't know, because I want a thickness of the blade to be at about 15 centimetres, and obviously there's going to be 3 layers there, so I need to do it fairly thin. So if I can get the Padauk core to be about 6 mil, I can then shave off the ash outside until I get it to roughly the thickness I want. So honesty time now. I don't really like the bandsaw. This bandsaw, which is the Axminster AC2305B, which is no longer available, but they do have similar models, I've just never been able to get it set up right. I'm happy with how it's set up, it just never really feels right, especially not for resawing cuts like this. As you saw, I did change the tooth, so I've got a 3 TPI blade on there now. It is the biggest and widest blade that I could fit on this machine. So I've set it to 10 mil. I know that I'm looking more for 6, but I've set the measurements for 10 mil, and I'm going to do a practice cut on it now just to make sure I'm dialing it in properly, and then once I'm happy with that, I'll send the Padauk through. Nothing to do but to send it now. Fucking bent.
The next morning.
Disaster, wasn't it? Knocking you over. Must make sure I put my wood away properly next time. So it is a little bit jittery at the end, but that's fine because this doesn't need to be that long. I've given myself quite a lot of leeway, so I can shove this up that end and completely ignore the jitteriness. But this is currently hopefully around 6.7 mils, so nice and thin. And then I'm going to resaw this one on the bandsaw now. The plan for this glue up is we're going to have Paduk in the middle and then with the ash on either side. This will give me the red edge that I like to have on my swords. It also means that when I do the two fullers on either side, hopefully I can go down deep enough through the ash and reveal the two red strips going down each side as well. So while I'm doing this, why don't I talk to you today about this video's sponsor, which is actually BrookesWood Builds. So BrookesWoodBuilds.com is my website where you can pick up all of my merch, you can pick up all of my hammers, and when I eventually start making swords that I'm going to sell, you'll be able to find them on there as well. So if you want one of my beautiful mallets, the Thor blacksmith style mallets, why don't you go and have a look on the website now and see what's on there. Or reach out via the website for a custom mallet build or any custom build. Do you want me to build you a sword, an axe, giant hammer, something like that? Why don't you give me a shout on the website? That's the easiest thing to do. The only problem with this is I now can't do anything else. Well, actually, does that mean I get a break? Oh, food?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, so the plan at the moment is to get the wenge ready. So the plan is to have a strip of wenge down the centre of this sword to give it that little bit of contrast. So first thing I need to do is get this beautiful block of wenge all milled up and square, ready to cut on the table saw. Perfect. Shouldn't have put all my clamps away. Now in theory this should be a nice simple glue up, but I have said stuff like that before, so yeah, be prepared for it to go wrong. And apparently you're getting attacked by a bumblebee. So once I think trying to move this is going to be a pain. You just go ahead and laugh at me trying to figure this out. All I can say is this is definitely easier than the 6-foot sword that I made a while ago. And if you haven't seen that video, then where the hell have you been? But I'll link it on the screen for you now. Right. Gotta wait for that dry now. On its own though, if anything else goes wrong, I've got some lovely wenge, Paduk and ash coasters.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Exciting times are coming now, because now this is dry, I can give it just a smidge of a sanding, and then I can get the template on, start cutting out. So you switch on. While I give that a couple of seconds to dry, we'll talk about what's next. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to square this up to the outside edge of these 2 points, because I want these fullers going directly down the middle. Now I'll be using the router table for that, but obviously if I put the taper on it, they're going to be tapering, which I don't want. So I'm going to put a nice straight edge on it, and then it will follow the centre line quite nicely, because I want that black wenge going all the way down that middle, and I want those on either side of it. well, they're going to be part of it, but you know what I mean. This is the Lumberjack RTS 650. I've got a review video of this up on the channel if you want to go and have a look at it. And in there I've got my Triton MF01, I believe it is. And we're going to use this to put these lovely 2 fullers in. The good thing is it's only got to travel a little distance for this to work. 38, so we need it to be 30. So what I can tell from this is that it is far too far back. So I need to move that forward a little bit so it gets it closer to the centre of that. So a little bit further back than 5mm. Now that I've got that dialed in, I need to work out a way of stopping it. So I need a starting point and I need a stopping point. So you go there and you go. Ah, see, easy peasy. This is the bit I hate. It's not too shabby. I need to do a much deeper cut, which is fine. That was one of the scariest things I've done in a very long time. Not because of the router, just because I was petrified of actually blowing through the centre of these when I did it. The fullers are done and they look pretty good. So now that that is done, I can actually start putting a shape to this blade, which is what I've been waiting to do for a long time. I'm gonna be honest, I've got no idea what he's saying right now. I'm going to assume it's something like, look what I've done, I've made a sword, it looks cool, I can't wait to go much further on this project. It feels really good in the hands, look, it swings well. But honestly, I've got no clue. You might have noticed I forgot to turn the microphone on when recording the outro. Hopefully this will do for you, but thank you for watching. I hope you tune in to the next parts of these videos. So it's going to be hilt, handle, guard, pommel. That's basically the route we're going to take. Yeah, need to remember to turn the microphone on. It's pretty much YouTuber 101, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Patreon, have a look at BrookesWood Builds. Pick yourself up a nice mallet. Message me for a custom mallet, or sword, or knife, whatever you fancy. Don't forget, this is all part of the Maker Central raffle for 2025. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Come to Maker Central, get your tickets, see me there, enjoy the show. Make sure you watch the next part, and I'll see you later. I'm going to cut it down to size and then we're going to glue it. No, I need to do more than that. I need to clean it up. I don't want to, because that's a fairly straight edge. I don't want to whack it for the planer. I'm gonna have to. Got no choice.